Okay, tell me about Reverend.
1904, and he was baptizing us. His picture is on the
Reverend A.W. Smith.
It's on the wall in Fellowship Hall. I have his
Okay,
picture.
so what happened with the first story? He preached his best sermon and then got in his carriage and rode off into the sunset.
Never to be heard of again.
Never to be heard from again.
And I'm sure that is not a true story.
Okay, so what else did you hear?
The second one was that he was my brother, and he was a great orator. And of course, his wife and I, she played the piano and whatever, and we did everything under the sun. And he stayed there until he left San Antonio for his health.
Okay.
And that too is not true.
Okay.
And the reason that I know that one is not true is when I went to the city directory. Now, the first parsonage was built during his administration initially.
And that's 19 what?
Yeah, and that was 1896, 97.
Okay.
The first parsonage was built. He was living in the parsonage. Then, when I checked the city directory, I find Reverend A.W. Smith on Iowa Street, living with so-and-so Smith, on Pine Street, living with so-and-so and so Smith, and on Center Street, living with so-and-so and so Smith. And this is into 1900, 1901, 1902, 1903. Now this story that I put in the book, and I have that book in the car too, about the members being baptized in the San Antonio River because they didn't have any baptistry. Now that picture says baptismals in the San Antonio River 1904. But on the picture, it doesn't really say A.W. Smith. We have that from another story.
Alrighty then. Wow.
So
Wow.
what you notice, now there is a Reverend Reuben Anderson who was a charter member, and everybody acknowledged that he served as interim pastor numerous times. And you can really support that because all of a sudden, in these periods of time, then all of the marriages are done by R. Anderson, Second Baptist Church, minister, Second Baptist Church. Now, he was very consistent. And believe it or not, he lived to 103, and his penmanship remained the same for as far as I have gotten records of him doing marriages. And when they're so consistent, then it makes you know that somebody has left and somebody else has not come. So, you know, you get them narrowed down pretty close, except this Reverend A.W. Smith. And I said to Reverend Jefferson when we met, I said, now, if you sign marriage license pastor, Second Baptist Church, forever and ever and ever, and then all at once you change it, and you start signing it pastor, or minister, or clergyman, what are you telling me?
That you're no longer at Second Baptist.
You think that that's really...
That's what they're telling you.
And see, I have, everyone I have noted when he stopped saying pastor, Second Baptist
That
Church.
is correct. That's what he's telling you.
When he said just pastor, when he said...
Yep. Because you can get any clergy all over have the legal right to marry. But you do not have the legal right to say of that church unless you are actually of that church.
Some of them would say bishop. And guess what? They sign it with an X. They give themselves this great big grandiose title and then sign the doggone thing with an X. His name. It's really interesting, honestly, I tell you, except it drives me crazy, nobody else cares.
That's Reverend Reuben Anderson in this book. Is that the name?
That's Reverend Reuben Anderson. And it says...
Andrew Smith here.
That's the one. Andrew Smith is the one that's driving me crazy. Because I don't feel comfortable with the window that I have given to him.